Oh man. A lot of people who say they believe actually just have faith, but they are afraid to admit that they don't believe as strong as they appear. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I think there's a lot of Christians who say that they believe, but if they were to actually examine their beliefs, they would see that they don't actually believe, but they actually have faith. And that's why I think there's a clear distinction between the two, especially, talking about salvation in Romans 10:9. It says that those who believe that Jesus raised again from the dead and that he died for their sins, they will be saved. And so what is belief? How do you know that you're saved? When you look at the context of in scriptures for what belief is and what faith is, because there is a clear distinction between the two, faith being talked about in James and Hebrews and belief being talked about a number of places in Paul's letters and in the Gospels, you see that there's a difference between the two. And so when you see that and then look at those verses, you realize, oh, wait a minute, like belief is a lot harder to get to and a lot more difficult to I don't believe that I don't believe I don't think that belief is a choice. I think belief is one of those things that is you either belief comes by the knowledge that comes from belief is the knowledge that comes from experience. And so I don't think a lot of Christians have experienced God in the way that says I've experienced this and I have no other choice to believe. Like if you believe something, there's no going back. Like I don't like the Christians that have told me like I don't think I believe in God anymore. And I'm like, what happened? And it was something bad in their life that happened, whatever, la da da. And I'm like, well, I would argue that you never believed in him in the first place, and that you just got together this cohesive idea of him that made sense to you. And then when that idea fell apart and it broke, then you like, I don't believe in God anymore. But if you actually believe in God, then you would be a hypocrite to turn away. If you actually believe in God, it would mean that you actually know him. You know that he exists. And so, yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that statement that I think there is a lot of people, a lot of Christians, theists, who say they believe in God, but really it's just their logic and reason that they've made this coherent, cohesive philosophy, if you will, of religion. And then that's what they worship. They don't actually, have a relationship with God, but they just have this cohesive idea that makes sense to them and say that they believe, when that's not the case at all. When they actually are living by faith, but they just don't like saying that they don't believe that, because they're afraid to, or I don't know. But they just say that they're unwilling to say that they just have faith in God, but they don't actually believe yet, or unwilling to admit that they're on that journey. So anyway, totally agree with your statement and what you're saying. I'm right there with you.